So about 3 or 4 months ago, we froze. I don't know the exact number, significant amount of money from the Afghanistan people.
Afghanistan or Ukraine?
Afghanistan.
All right.
Yeah. What up, Chris? It's been a long, been too long living. Hey, look, yeah. Hey, look. Right now we might be like the guys on the violin on the Titanic. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, we froze some assets of Afghanistan, and upon freezing of those assets, I think it might have been around November actually, a little bit longer than January. Yeah. So we froze those assets, and at the time we froze them, Afghan wasn't really in the most stable of places. There had just been a significant transition that happened. Not going to speak about that withdrawal.
it was a shift in the population.
It was a shift. Some people left. Some other people came in. Some other motherfuckers just left. Yeah. One planes in the middle of the night said, "All right, peace, I'm out." Presidential people. Like they fucking president. They here now, I'm gone. Yeah, so upon that happening, we chose to freeze some assets of theirs. And it was said that doing this may result in catastrophic outcomes for the Afghan people. You know, when you have a job on Monday, then on Tuesday, you can go to that job, but that job won't be able to pay you, even though they got money, but they can't access their money because the banks is working weird now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you being a upstanding, forthright citizen, you know, having a savings account, checking account, second checking account, you know, having your wife, whatever you do.
Yeah, that in case they got to get away.
Gotta get away, you know? Fuck them kids.
FTK.
But yeah, so you have that. Job's not paying you. You got money in the savings though. You go to the bank, get it. Oh shit, I can't get my I can't get my money out of the savings account. Fuck money up. So, you know, there's barriers like that they predicted would happen, and then they started to bump into those particular barriers. Like, I don't have any more cash on hand. I can't go to the store and buy groceries anymore. Shit like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the midst of that happening, there was a report that came out a couple of days ago that spoke about the ramifications of those actions that were taken in November of last year. So they said since January of this year, 13,000 newborns have died of starvation and starvation-related complications. And that's a direct result of them being under the weight of the sanctioning or the usurping of their monies by global powers, specifically the U.S. of the A. Yeah, so 13,000 dead newborns as a result of starvation.
Oh yeah, now that makes sense. They're saying that the U.S. has something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was stupid. Now it's just a lie.
What?
All that shit.
So you don't think it happened that way?
13,000 from SIDS? Yes. Starvation? No.
Yeah. I mean, whew, Lord. All right, so
there's reports that they're having babies that are 6, 7, 8 months old, and they are currently at the weight of U.S. premature birth babies.
So, are the mothers dead? Like, so the milk's gone bad? Like, what?
No, nigga. you ain't seeing what the fuck this nigga just said? Are you listening to what this nigga just said? The U.S. put sanctions on the bank, so the bitches ain't eating properly. That's why these babies are dying, which is a load of shit, and it's stupid. It's stupid. That's what it is. It's fucking stupid. They could have said toddlers. I might have rolled with that. Newborns? No. Unless you tell me what's happening to these bitches, and being underfed ain't good enough.
Hey, look. I'm not in the place to argue with you.
No, I've known women, healthy women, to stop producing. So I'm not gonna be the fucking end all to be all, but I am gonna interject. The Afghanis, it's the context. It's the culmination of it all.
Hey, look. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna go ahead and take their word for it. Doesn't seem to be. I haven't found anything about. I haven't seen anything about this being a lie or a hoax or anything of that nature. And you know, when it's a lie or a hoax, they kind of put those reports out. I haven't seen them. If they out, let me know. I would love to not live in a world where 13,000 newborns have died of starvation since January. I would like for that to be true. Like,
no, I didn't say the babies didn't die. I didn't say they didn't die of starvation. What I said is the motherfucker stopped feeding them. That's what I'm saying. The usurped power that just made is Hitlering it up. Hitler was known for.
That's what you think? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hitler was known to put a lot of shit on paper and news and everything that wasn't true. That he was doing his damn self and blaming it on the U.S. So I'm not saying,
but we know who froze the assets. We know who took them. Biden said, "Hey, look, they got to pay restitutions and shit like that. That needed to happen. Motherfuckers is suffering from 9/11, and people need to be made whole again, or in part, or whatever." He said when he did it, but he did it.
Did he do what he did? What he doing?
Fucking right, he did it.
Just saying, he did it. At the time they said he do this, man, Joe, we are predicting there will be 1.2 million children that will die as a result of famine because of this. Maybe that was over-exaggeration, an overestimate.
You know exactly how many babies they were gonna starve to death until y'all unlock their money. It wasn't over exaggeration. It was a fucking accurate account.
Hey, look. Just question: is the shit there? Can people buy it? Can people go to the store and buy shit? Can people go?
No, I know. Again, what I'm saying, what I'm insinuating is that enough women are producing enough healthy milk if they fucking starving to death.
I didn't get to count on adults that have passed since January, but I think it might be a hefty number there as well. And it takes longer for an adult to start. I mean, it's a real fucked up situation, and I don't see the point of holding their money. Release it. It doesn't make sense to me in any shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah, I mean,
people that are using the money and what they're using it for.
If it's the goddamn the
you don't remember what just happened?
Yeah, if it's the Al Qaeda that's running the country and taking and using all the goddamn funds, then yeah, fuck it, don't get him that shit.
It's theirs.
See,
I'm not gonna give you some rocks to throw at me, fam. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, look,
I don't give a fuck. It was your rock that I was holding for you.
Do you really think? Do you really think they finna come over here and do some shit to us?
I didn't say bazookas. I said rocks. I'm not even gonna let you flick a pebble at me if I can stop it.
Okay.
Especially if I'm giving you the pebbles.
It's not the. Hey, look. I don't think.
Oh, I ain't even talk where the pebbles is coming from. I'm fucking if they your pebbles, you earned them. If I have the ability to make you put them down, guess what the fuck I'm gonna do?
It's some bullshit and it's some fucked up shit. Nobody's fucking with you. I mean, that's not the case here though. That's not what's happening here though.
No, what's happening is that they kidnapped their own country.
How they kidnapped their own country? This was an agreement. This was a transition of power. This is what happened. This is what happens when you lose a conflict of war. They're negotiate. They took that country over very quickly because in large part through diplomatic means.
Is it?
Yes. By the plainest of text. Yes.
Yeah. If you don't give me your country, I'm not gonna. If you give me your country, I'm not gonna shoot you. Okay.
No. That ain't what happened. Diplomacy made everybody withdraw, and then it was just nobody there to protect the citizens. And Al Qaeda's like,
Hold on. I want to explain so you fully understand what happened here. We were there fighting them. Then there was an agreement with us and all the parties involved that said, it's over, you all will be leaving, and we will be taking control of the country. It will be given to us. We have it now. This is the negotiation. It is ours. We have won the hearts of most of the people. You're not going to be able to hold anything here. It's ours. Leave it. The people want us. They don't want you. The U.S. said, okay, we'll leave in May. Okay, now all right, May 2nd. We'll leave in June.
Right.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna leave in September. And then September came around, it's like, oh, we're gonna leave. Like they said, no, fuck that. You said we ain't going no more. September it is, motherfucker, get the fuck out.
Right.
And so Joe said, all right, we out. We leaving. Right. And we left. The motherfuckers came in, and by and large, they just enacted the agreements that they had already in place. It was a bloodless coup. Hey, look. Even if it was not bloodless, I don't know. And they gonna say blood. It wasn't bloodless.
You leaving a large portion of that shit out. The people they made the agreement with were shot and killed. That's not who's running the country right now, nigga.
No, what are you talking about?
They didn't make that agreement with Al Qaeda, fam.
Who they make it with?
The motherfuckers that were supposed to be running the country.
Afghani Republic.
They made
when they left and they pulled out, Al Qaeda walked in the same day.
It was the Taliban.
Or Taliban. Sorry. Whoever. They didn't make
that's who's in power. That's who's in power currently. The same
motherfuckers. They didn't make the agreement with the people that's in power currently.
They didn't make
the agreement with the motherfuckers that they left there. And then when they left, they wouldn't fight for themselves. And the Taliban just came in and took over. So that's who's there now. That was the very first day. Yeah. One day after they left. They didn't
slid right in.
Hey, look.
America was going out the front door, Taliban was coming in the back.
Yeah. I don't think that's exactly the way it went down.
Exactly what happened.
The Taliban. I believe everybody left full well knowing who was going to be in charge.
No, they left full well knowing the Taliban was going to take over as soon as they left, and that's what the problem was.
Okay, all right, cool, whatever. All right, cool.
What do you think the niggas was in the Capitol with guns for whatever?
They won the fight. The shit's over. You are starving innocent civilians, women and children to death. Period. That's what the fuck is happening over there, and ain't nobody talking about that part of the shit that's happening. I don't give a fuck if you don't like who is in charge of the shit. This who's in charge of the shit. How was this shit not sympathetic, but a whole motherfucker that going into a whole nother other fucking country, taking that shit over. All of a sudden, everybody heart bleeding, fucking eyes is watering and shit. We got yellow and blue every fucking where. And them motherfuckers is having a fight.
Because they doing it to their own country, and this country is doing it to another country. That's the difference.
Yeah.
This country was doing it to its own country since 2014. You have to gloss over that fucking part.
Mm-mm.
The whole civil war that was going on in the Ukraine before anybody encroached in part and fought that motherfucker marched their troops across the border. They were already in fucking conflict with a whole eastern region of their country. They since 2014, they've killed how many of the dumbass people they killed during the ceasefire that they were holding there? Huh?
67,000. But still.
So it's not like motherfuckers walked into some middle of some shit and just started just capping motherfuckers when some shit already happened. It's not so much unlike when we walked our happy asses in the fucking Afghanistan and did the shit we did. It's not a lot dissimilar to that. We went there, chose a side. So he went there, chose a side.
But the difference is he chose a side as an invader. We went there as peacekeepers. We always choosing sides as peacekeepers. This
Hey, look, the motherfuckers we click up with don't be keeping peace. Saudi Arabia,
hey,
fucking peace nowhere. They bombing the shit out of you.
That's the game, baby. I can't argue with you on that. That's the game. But our intent is to be peacekeepers. Not only that, but the shit.
That ain't our intent. Our intent ain't to be peacekeepers. That ain't our intent.
All right, our intent. Do I need to do air quotes every time? We know.
Stated intent.
Fuck, right. Our intent is to be peacekeepers. But
our intent is to be money makers. Our intention is to be money makers. Our practices to not us making money, but us making money for private corporations that tend to profit a lot off of this bullshit that we got going on.
Okay.
You mean to tell me that the U.S. fucking government can't make their own fucking missiles and they got to be a fucking company named Lockheed Martin that makes the fucking missiles that we just so happen to be pressing so fucking hard to give to the people of Ukraine? Who the fuck you think finna turn up their missile making capabilities right now?
Okay.
Who the fuck you think finna give a big ass check to make missiles to give to a whole fuck man?
Okay, now that you got sidetracked, they go in under the guise of peacekeeping. Is the point that he was trying to make.
This nigga Putin said 30 years ago, I am going to reassemble the Eastern blockade. And now he's making the first actual attempts to do the shit. And the world like, all right, we're not going to see if this nigga's serious. Because next is Poland.
Hey, look,
right.
We
not finna fight him after he gets 5 Infinity Stones.
Is Georgia a part of Russia now?
Now that I don't know. Was it?
Because they went there a few years ago and they picked up some shit, and now Georgia is still their own sovereign country, as far as I know, right?
I don't know.
Now Crimea, they took that shit, but the Crimeans was like, "Come take this shit,
but
please."
Again, Crimea and Georgia, you just named two blips. Ukraine is a whole country.
Crimea is like a part of Ukraine that's not a part of Ukraine no more, other than by
I just said, Georgia and Crimea is different. You just named two tiny specks. The entire Ukraine is something different.
Hey, look. That's why when Latvia joined the fucking joined NATO, that's why when Lithuania joined NATO and the rest of the motherfucking countries in the north of fucking Ukraine. All them little speck countries, the motherfuckers was like, I don't like this shit. But
now you see what's going on. Everybody,
motherfuckers right here in this big ass. They got what 40 fucking million people. How many fucking people is in Ukraine?
I don't know.
It's a lot of motherfuckers that live in Ukraine.
A lot of motherfuckers in Ukraine. Now you getting the picture. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Putin said, "Hey, I'm going to reassemble the Eastern blockade, right?" And America's like, Fuck you, nigga. Then he made all them motherfuckers billionaires. They're like, all right. So they start getting Lithuania. They start getting them little territories into NATO. They're like, all right, piece by piece. Like, this has been a 30-year thing. Like, we talking about it like it's been longer than 30 years. But it's been a while. It's been since the early 90s. And we just talking about it right now. And everybody them moved their little pawns.
This
now
shit been going on since the 70s, sir. The 70s.
Well, we had a moment of peace from fucking like whatever to 92.
Hey, look, okay, we had a little bit of peace. We made 100 movies about each other back and forth.
Then the wall came down.
We shot a lot of them in our cinematic masterpieces, you know. A lot of Chuck Norris.
Then we start making actual fucking strides in Eastern Europe. Like, the German wall was a lot to do with this whole situation. Because now Germany is back to being a superpower. So whoever
tear down that wall, Mr. What's his name? Yeltsin? Gorbachev. Right.
Yeah, so whoever is up landing on
wall, Mr. Gorbachev.
So they've been doing a little bullshit to each other back and forth. Because motherfuckers keep forgetting that Russia is one of the largest land masses. And as such, has a lot of motherfuckers there. Like, it's a lot of people there. Like, it might not be in India, but it's a lot of motherfuckers in Russia. When they say Asia is the largest continent, they be talking about fucking Russia. And that's what niggas don't understand. They don't be talking about just China. They be talking about Russia when they say 11 billion motherfuckers in Asia. They be talking about Russia. Niggas like 7 billion motherfuckers over there.
We got seven of those. We got seven of that.
That's like four. It's like 4 billion motherfuckers in Russia, 7 billion motherfuckers in China, or 11 and 7. They like something crazy over there that we don't really think about when we be talking about shit. That Russia is a superpower. Now, if they would get their shit back together like they had back in the 60s and the 50s, which is what Putin is on, he like, man, and this is why I don't like the whole shit. It's all really wrestling. Because he could regain them territories, and the sentiment in the hearts and the minds of the people is, we're a technological age, fam. Don't give a fuck about that shit. As you can see with the internal shit going on over there right now. It's a lot of farmers and over there fucking them niggas up. It ain't even the fucking soldiers. It's the people. It's the Russian people close to the border. It's the Ukraine people that's over there giving them niggas the most flux.
Mm-hmm.
You think they really giving them the flux? I don't want to sidetrack you from what you're saying.
No, but as much as the Israelis was giving the Palestinians was giving the Israelis the flux, just as much. And that's been for 1,000 years. They've been tossing them rocks at their ass.
You think the Israelis got the same capabilities as the Russians?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Hey, look, Putin came out with some shit. He was like, hey, look, it's just me and Xi Jinping got one of these. Fuck y'all talking about?
All right, everybody got an outlier, but fucking Israeli got we ain't even finna get into this shit. Israeli got some fucking old school Cold War sleeper cell shit that don't nobody on this planet want to see.
I just think they got what we gave them.
Fam, they got bodies.
Them, the Saudis. Who else we over there giving weapons to?
It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. Do you think them Palestinians been fucking keeping them peoples off their ass with weapons for 1,000 years?
I don't think they've been keeping them off their ass. They took like for all the fucking Palestine.
No.
Damn near all of it. Not all of it.
Hey, look, Palestine definitely did this.
Fam.
That motherfucker got
there. But they still
you not understanding. Them niggas been throwing rocks for 1,000 years, and people have been shooting guns and missiles at them. When there's a will, there's a way. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is they don't make none of them guns and build none of them missiles. If they shooting at them motherfuckers, you might want to check the made in label on them things.
That motherfucker gonna say made in Russia like all the rest of this nuclear shit.
Nah, they gonna say made in the great old
America. We just put a stamp over our shit, over the Russian shit.
So what is it gonna say? Hey, look.
Like all the rest of our American shit made elsewhere, nigga. Everything. The motherfuckers saw Russia in space and said, oops. We're the forefront of the fake it till you make it. We're not the forefront of shit.
Oh, nothing. We put a motherfucker on the moon, but they did. They put a motherfucker in space before we did.
Man, they put a motherfucker in space. They just weren't thinking about the moon. If they would, they didn't have to stop where they was at. They just space.
Hey, look.
Up there for 3 years.
Hey, look. America just also beat you to it. I win. We won racing again.
You know what that's like? That's like two nice cars on the expressway going cruising mode, and one of them just honk and take off.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Hey, look. It was called the space race.
And they lost. We lost.
No, we won because we got to the moon first.
No, because we moved the goalposts once we lost.
Hey, look. I'm not arguing with you. I agree with you, but I'm saying, you know, when you write the narrative, you can get to say it however the fuck you want to say it.
That's why it's called it.
We won the space race because we got to the moon first. I mean, the motherfuckers got to space first, but yeah, fucking not. We was to the moon though.
Yeah, we not at the forefront of
shit.
They
didn't get to the moon.
We ain't at the forefront of shit, but fucking taking credit for other people's accomplishments. And it's some crazy shit that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and the shit that's at the bottom of the fucking
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, they say that shit means something completely different than what the fuck we think it means, and that's why America is the way it is today.
Hey, you gotta watch those motherfuckers asking you for your rejects. Give me your downtrodden, your beaten, your weary, your weakened. Give us those. I got some other motherfuckers to do.
Here's the thing: those words meant things at the time. Those, see, we think in the poeticism, but the weary meant convicts or some shit. The downtrodden meant homeless. Like, these words meant specific people.
We want your derelicts and your dregs.
Yeah, your drug addicts. Right. Like, so we just thinking of that poeticism, like, send us your weary, your tired, your discontent.
No, it was definitely, I got a job for these motherfuckers to do.
I got a job for you. Put this fucking coat on. The red coats are coming. Put this shit on. The Civil War is finna happen. We need bodies. Send us your tired, your weary, your discontent.
Translation.
They can all die.
Translation. Give us motherfuckers we can shoot at.
They made a push to make adultery. That's what the discontent was. Adulterous husbands. They made a push for adultery to be illegal so they could export husbands for fucking off. This American shit is deep. It's deep.
Oh, it's a motherfucker. It's a motherfucker. I mean, shit is still deep. Again, we start wars in places just to have. Well, that was bad, Joel. And B just. But yeah, we start wars or conflicts in places and then leave and then send in private groups that we pay shitloads of money, and then we get our Congress to approve humanitarian aid to these countries that doesn't actually go to these countries. We sent in $13 billion over to Ukraine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we finna give Ukraine $13 billion anything?
What you mean, 13 billion anything? What, dollars?
Dollars. We finna give Ukraine some shit. Hey, look, you can have the money, but you gotta buy it from them. It's all it ends up being is subsidies to corporations that are in the U.S. It's coming back to the Blackwater Group people. It's coming back to Lockheed Martin. It's coming back to these people.
Yep.
It just said that we said 13, but no, right back. You could just and look. If you follow where the money goes, that shit goes in the big ass boomerang ass arc, right the fuck back.
It don't never even leave here. That's the thing. It never leaves here. It never leaves here. They hire American contractors to do everything.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm agreeing with you. Yes. Money don't even boomerang. It's a dot. They hand it right to the left. Here.
There you go. He gonna send you some missiles now.
No, it's basically like when you go to church. When you go to church and your grandma give you $5 to put in a collection plate.
No.
You didn't donate.
No. Don King, nigga. It's how Don King fucked Mike Tyson. $500 for a fucking towel. $600 for this napkin. If you look at the recruitment buffet, king crab legs, like muscle, like their deployment buffet, they gonna feed you and fuck you, fam. That's all out that $13 billion.
Ooh, y'all want spoons? Man, them about $18 a piece.
$18 a spoon. But we finna
feed forks too, though, right? Forks. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, we said silverware. It's a charge for it individually, though. Like, yeah, it costs us more to get it over here.
We're in the desert. We had to keep these crab legs to boost morale. We had to keep that shit extra froze. And then
$27 ice cubes.
Once we cooked it, we had to throw half that shit away because didn't nobody eat the shit.
It's like buying weed from a nigga and then that nigga making you smoke the whole bag with him.
With him, smoke the bag.
Hey, look, it ain't even with him. Fuck that. He gonna have you roll that shit and then hot box your blunt and then hand you back this much. There you go.
Back on the road.
I'm finna cut on out. What the fuck? But you like, all right, well, shit. It's all free for me, so fuck it. And you be like, all right, cool, I'll take it. And then smoke your shit to the rope. And you like, yeah, I got it. All right.
This is the funniest shit about the African American diaspora. We're constantly in the middle of, do we join in or do we expose? Like, do we go to wrench to bring that shit down? Because these contracts are available to all of us. We just don't know that they exist. And as African Americans, we are the least likely to get them even after. I'm going to tell the whole truth. So we're like, do we try for the contracts? Do we pull ourselves up by the bootstraps? Or do we expose the whole thing in $500 towel podcast?
It comes down to this decision, this determination, wherever you land on this. Can I get enough influence to wedge myself in on this? And if I can't do that, then maybe I should just blow this motherfucker up.
And then when it fall on deaf ears, we like, damn, I should have just went for the money, knowing damn well they wasn't gonna give it to us. So we just be fucked, coming and going.
Hey, I think you just explained why they are poor white Republicans. That same mind state.
Same mind state. Yep.
That's the reason why it was a civil war.
Everybody in Kentucky that continues. Wait, Joe Manchin's in Kentucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in Kentucky that continues to vote for Joe Manchin, even though all he does is produce a coal mine that kills your grandfather and your nephews and your uncles and your fathers and your sons. All he does is prohibit the benefit of that shit to come to you all, or any type of other aid that the rest of the country wants to give to you all that you would benefit tremendously from. Cuts it off. He's obstinative in that because he's saying fuck you guys. But yeah, Kentuckians. You're right.
It's the reason why the Civil War lasted 4 years. Nigga, if it was just the people that didn't want slavery versus the slave owners, that shit would have ended in 17 minutes.
Why you know you ain't gonna be able to go for one of these Negroes?
Right. So why is you fighting to keep these Negroes?
Because I'm a supervisor. And boss said I keep working. One day I can get my own plantation. I mean, not as good as his, but some, I can call my own.
This is what they would tell you. Why am I fighting? Because a nigga get paid a dime what the white man used to get paid a quarter for. And the Mexican finna get paid a nickel for. That's why we keep fighting. Gotta keep these niggas behind gates. Because the three of them that's free out here already is undercutting us.
Hey, look, you said get paid.
Yeah.
It was a lot of free black people during slavery.
First of all, two things. Niggas wasn't getting paid then. And then when they got free, it wasn't like them crackers could do the shit anyway.
Well, it was thousands of people over here that were never slaves.
Yeah. What I'm saying is though, them supervisors had not the knowledge or ability to do the things that those future sharecroppers were able to do. They didn't know how to do that shit. They knew how to hit them up. They knew how to hit a Negro. They didn't know when to pull that corn off stalk just yet though. They didn't know when it was time to do that shit.
Man, them good old boys.
They tried. They were like, shit.
Them good old boys.
Please, this is fuck. We can't do none of this shit.
Them good old boys taught them niggas how to do that shit. You looking at this shit all wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Them good old boys taught them niggas how to do that shit. And them niggas, like we do, excel at everything that you teach us to do. We're going to do it better. We're going to innovate.
That might be true like 4 generations back. But y'all motherfuckers got fat while I starved. Y'all ain't do none of this shit. 4 generations back, you might have a point. Yeah, we're going to show them how to do it, and they just do it. Set it and forget it. I think it's what they say in the infomercials, right?